What's up, everybody? It's Broken Bones here, and welcome to Broken's Bedrock Tutorials. This is the second part of the Superior Universal Dirty Tree Blaster tutorial, so if you guys haven't watched part 1, then go ahead and go down in the description and click on part 1 of this video. If you guys have, and you guys already have your Wither Blasters built, then go ahead and continue on with the video. And then once you watch that tutorial, you should have yourself a Wither cage that looks just like this. This is actually pretty easy to install. That tutorial is pretty simple to follow. So next, we're going to go ahead and come right over here. We're going to come right down here to this lever, mud mode. Go ahead and flick that lever in the on position and go ahead and come out right here. Go ahead and come up a block right there. Go ahead and come up another block right there. Come up another block in this direction just like this, and then come over here. Go ahead and place redstone dust on top of all of these. That should be lit, and that's going to help us out right now when we go to place in a sticky piston right here. We need to have one up on top there just like this with a block on its face just like so. Then on this side, we're going to have a dispenser that's facing upwards just like this, and then we're going to take 3 temporary blocks, 1, 2, and 3 just like that. We're going to grab ourselves another observer, go ahead and face that one down just like this, and then face this one across just like that, and that way anytime a block changes, it'll go ahead and power that dispenser. Once you've got this wired up, then go ahead and come directly beneath your block. Go ahead and place in 2 more blocks just like this, one out to the side and one out to this side. Directly underneath your dispenser right here, place in a hopper in that direction. Down below that hopper, place another hopper in that direction. Break this block out right here, placing yourself a dispenser just like this, then break this block out right here. Above here, we're going to go ahead and place in a block right there, and then one down here, and we're going to surround the back, the bottom, and the front of that block, and then go ahead and break this one out. Grab yourself a comparator, place it in front of that hopper just like this, looking in that direction. Place 2 bits of redstone dust, and then yourself a 1-tick repeater right there. Grab yourself 2 redstone torches, put one there and one there, just like that. That'll go ahead and power that dispenser too. Go ahead and grab yourself some blocks. Go ahead and place a temporary block in there, and one off the side right there, and go ahead and break this one out. And then what we can do now is we can go ahead and come right into this hopper right here. We're going to go ahead and load up 18 water bottles, or 18 regular glass bottles like that, and then 4 of any random item. I like to use 6 because sticks are never going to go in here. Once you've got all this installed, then go ahead and come over here to this dropper. Crouch place yourself a hopper going into it just like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take some glass here. Go ahead and put a glass block there, break out your temporary block, put another glass block there and surround it just like this, and then break out that one. Come on top of here and crouch place a glass block on top of your dispenser there. Then come up here and place in glass 1 up above your hopper there. Do the same thing just like this. Go ahead and do that on all sides. Then over here, put 1 on the sides of your hopper just like this. Then grab yourself a temporary dirt block just like that. That way it'll go right into the farm. And then go ahead and place in your water. Go ahead and grab yourself some water. Place it in the bottom and then all the way up here just like that. And that'll carry the water bottles up and into your hopper. Once you've got your water in place, go ahead and cap it off with some more glass. Go ahead and put 2 glass blocks on top of your water just like this. Then come down here to your dispenser on the bottom. Go ahead and open this one up. You're going to throw 9 stacks of glass bottles in this one. It does need to be full, so make sure that's a full 9 stacks. Then up here in the top dispenser, go ahead and throw 9 water bottles in this one. And once you've got that done, your mud mode circuit is complete. Next, we need to go ahead and do the clay circuit. So we're going to come right down over here to this lamp right here. Turn it in the on position just like this. Go ahead and flick it on. Then right here, place in yourself a block. Go up a block like this and up another block just like that. Then over here to the side, go ahead and place in a temporary block and a sticky piston on top of it just like this. Go ahead and place an observer on that sticky piston facing in this direction right here where the red dot is facing that way. Then behind here, go ahead and wire this up with redstone dust all the way down to your lamp, and you should see that your sticky piston extends just like this. Next, we're going to go ahead and come right over here. We're going to take an observer output from there. Then right here, we're actually going to go ahead and take ourselves a regular piston. That's going to go ahead and face up just like this. Over here, we're going to take a sticky piston. That's going to go in there just like that. Out of this one here, we're going to go ahead and take ourselves a block right there. We're going to come down a block just like this and over a block just like so. Go ahead and break this one out. And then directly underneath here, go ahead and place in yourself another block right there. Grab yourself a repeater, break this block out right there, and place in yourself in a 3-tick repeater just like that, and then put that block back. On top of these, go ahead and place in a redstone dust right there and a redstone dust right there. Once you have this complete, then go ahead and test your circuit circuit by placing a block on top of that observer. You should see that your pistons do this, that one first, the bottom one second, just like so, and it should be pretty consistent. It should do that every time. So once you have that in place, go ahead and come down and around over here. You're going to place a redstone torch right there, just like that. You're going to take a block just like this with some redstone dust on its face. Go ahead and take a temporary block and one up just like this and put yourself in another block right here. This is just in case you forget to turn off the switch. This is kind of a safe mode. So if you turn off mud mode, because clay takes mud to make, even if you leave clay mode on, clay mode automatically turns off with this little piston right here. And as you can see from up here, that piston extends, and even though the redstone is lit down here, it gets cut off right here. So that's what you want. And then once you know that's working, then go ahead and come over to this piston, count up 8 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, just like that. Come down to the second block from the top, go ahead and place an observer just like this, and then another observer looking upwards just like that. Then on top of that one, place yourself in a piston just like this. Then on the side of this block, go ahead and place in 7 dripstones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, just like that. Then on the bottom of these, go ahead and put in your pointed dripstone just like so. Then you can go ahead and remove all of your temporary blocks. Go ahead and remove these all the way to the bottom. Once you've got this installed, go ahead and leave this here. We'll come back to that here in a second. We're going to actually reverse engineer this part from this side up to there. So next we need to come right over here to where our collection system is. Go ahead and place in yourself some dripstone coming all the way back to your piston and leave a 1 block gap right here and then fill all this in. That should be 7 dripstone in total by 4, and so go ahead and fill all it in. Then take the pointed dripstones and place these underneath just like this and place that on all those blocks under there. Then once you have that done, go ahead and take these pistons, go ahead and break all these pistons out just like this and take yourself an observer and place it on the back side just like that. Once you have this built up, then go ahead and bring in a temporary block right here, another one there, and then place one right there. Go ahead and break these 2 out just like that. This is going to be your new dripstone level for this layer. We're going to go ahead and place in 4 more just like this, and then go ahead and complete this up all the way across. So that's going to be a 5x4 platform of dripstone. Go ahead and make sure all of your pointed dripstones are on the bottom of that one just like they are down here now. And then once you have that done, then we're going to come right over here to this part. We need to go ahead and come up by 2 blocks just like that. Then go ahead and have ourselves a downwards facing piston just like this. That's going to come all the way across these 4 blocks just like so. Then above this one right here, above this corner, we're going to take an observer, face it upwards just like this, and put redstone dust across all of these. Once you have this done and you have pointed dripstones on the bottom of all of those, go ahead and come to this side. We can go ahead and break out these. I actually put 1 block too many just like that. Go ahead and place in a temporary block there, and then another one right here. Go ahead and place in yourself a regular piston just like that. Then go ahead and bring that across here just like so, all 4 just like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab yourself an observer, place it on the back side of that one just like this, then put 4 blocks on the back of this one with redstone dust going across here. Once you've got this in place, go ahead and come up to the top right here. You're going to come to this dripstone. Go ahead and bring this dripstone all the way to the top of your observer just like that. And then once you have that in place, go ahead and fill in this whole area just like that. This should be a area just like so, all the way just like that. There we are. Then go ahead and make sure that you have all of your pointed dripstone down there. So go ahead and grab those, put these all down here on every single block just like that. Then we're going to come up here just like so with some regular pistons, come up by a block, come up by another block, and then have a regular piston facing down just like this. Go ahead and break those 2 out, then put 4 pistons in a row just like this. Then come up here with an observer. Go ahead and place an observer right here on the side of that piston. Put redstone dust on top of all of these just like so. Once your dripstone's in place and your pistons are wired up, make sure that you have all the pointed dripstone on the bottom there. Then out here, go ahead and place a temporary block right there, and you're going to come across 4 blocks just like this, just like so, with 4 pistons. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and break this one out. Grab yourself an observer and go ahead and place it in there just like this. We're going to take ourselves a wall block, place it in there just like this, then come to the back side and place in 5 gray wool just like that with redstone on top of it just like so. And then once you have that in place, that is your clay circuit all done and dusted. Now remember, you guys do have an option. You guys can use the clay blaster, which I've built over here, and I have a tutorial for that, which is also down in the description. So if you guys want to go this route, this is a little bit easier, a little bit smaller, but it takes a little bit longer because you do have to AFK another time versus just having the mud and the clay go in automatically while you're doing the trees. So if you'd rather use the clay blaster, then you do not need to do any of these gray wool blocks, all the circuits all the way down there. You can remove the whole thing. You can just use the clay blaster and put that in instead. But if you want to keep this is my favorite method of doing it. It's the easiest way of doing it in my opinion. So go ahead and keep that if you want it. And then over here, we're going to go ahead and finish up some of the farm circuits down here. Come over here to this redstone torch where this piston is extended with this observer. Go ahead and place a purple wool block down there. Come down by 1 just like this. Go ahead and come out by 3 just like that. It should link up to this other wool block. Go ahead and put yourself in 4 4-tick repeaters. Actually, that's 3 4-tick repeaters, just like that, just like so. Then grab yourself a couple of observers. Go ahead and come down below here, just like this. On that hopper right there, go ahead and crouch place yourself an observer and 1 more observer, and then right next to this piston, placing yourself another purple block. And then once you have that circuit installed, it should look just like this. And then once you have that in place, go ahead and come back over here to where your pistons are right here. Come down to this redstone, and we're going to place in a block right there. We need to match this block up with a block over here, so we're going to come right over here to your wither cage, your wither blaster, and go ahead and remove this lever right here. We're going to go ahead and do away with that. We're going to place in a temporary block there. We're going to come down by 1 just like this. We're going to go and come out by 1 like so, and come out by this side just like this. Come out by 2 more blocks just like so. Then go ahead and grab yourself some comparators, put 2 right there, and put 2 more right here just like this. Go ahead and put redstone dust in all of these areas. And then out here, right here, we can go ahead and place in ourselves in some more blocks. So go ahead and place in a block right there with a repeater on the front, and go ahead and put that on 4 ticks just like this. Then go ahead and bring this all the way out here like so. Do the same thing with this one, bring this all the way out here like that. And then right where these 2 meet up, go ahead and come up a block and match that up just like so. Then go ahead and grab yourself some redstone dust, bring this all the way across, and that should meet up all the way to here. Then place yourself in 1 more repeater just like that. And then once you have this wired up, your farm is pretty much complete. You've wired everything up and everything should be working properly. Next, we're going to go ahead and put in some lighting. I do recommend putting in lighting to make sure you don't have any mob spawns anywhere. Mob spawns can be very dangerous to this thing, especially if you have a creeper or something like that. I actually had a friend had an enderman, Nabrian sent. He had an enderman get in here and his wither got out and almost blew up his whole farm. So be sure not to have any mob spawns. So to make sure that we don't have any mob spawns, we're going to place in a light block up here just like this. Come on down here, we're going to place a light block right here on top of that piston just like this. Underneath this observer, we're going to place in another light block right here just like that. Then underneath this one, we're going to go ahead and place in a light block right here behind our snowman here. And then right behind here, we're going to go ahead and place in a light block right there just like that to kind of illuminate this whole area. Then on top of your clay area, we're going to go ahead and come anywhere in the middle right here, come up by a block, and then break that one out. And I know it's not centered. It's something that we're going to have to live with. You can put 2 here if you want to. If you want to be symmetrical, that's perfectly fine. Nonetheless, we need to light it up. And so down here, we're going to do the same thing. Come up by a block. You can make it symmetrical if you want. Same thing down here. Go ahead and put in 2 light blocks down there if you want to go ahead and light everything up. If we turn the time to nighttime, you can see that now that it's dark, that pretty much any spawnable spot is now lit. There are a few more down inside the farm, so we're going to come down in here next. Go ahead and come on down into this area of the farm. We're going to go ahead and make our way right to this area right inside here. Go ahead and place in yourself a light block on top of this wool block right there, and then that should illuminate everything inside of there. If we come out here, you should see that all of these spots are now perfectly illuminated, so no spawn should happen anywhere. So once you know your entire build is completely spawn proof, go ahead and come right over to this area right inside here where we started. Go ahead and go right next to your sea lantern right there. You're going to break this bit of glass out here. You're going to extend that out to this side just like this. Then grab yourself some lava and you're going to put it in there like that. Anytime that piston shoves any carpet or azaleas or anything off that piece of moss, it'll get burnt into here so it doesn't cause any extra lag. If you're pre-watching the video, be sure to wait to the end to place that lava in if you're going to be building all of your circuits out of wool. The way I've engineered the farm, you can place this lava in the end and it'll not burn your build down. And then once you have that lava in place, there's just a few more things that we need to do before we test our farm. Earlier, I told you guys to put this repeater in. This needs to go on 2 ticks right here. This is right by your observer right there, just right in this part of the farm. Once you have that set onto 2 ticks, come back and around here to the brown circuit over on this side, and this repeater over here needs to be on 4 ticks. Go ahead and then set that over to 4, and now we're ready to test. And just before we test, we're going to need to go ahead and come over here to this side of the farm, over here where your lava is and your 2 pistons. Go ahead and come on down here to your stone area right here. Go ahead and place 2 bits of glass on top of this stone here. If you don't do that, then these could possibly turn into moss, and then it won't have a stone block to push in. Once you've put glass on top of that, go ahead and come back to the front side of this, and we need to go ahead and wire up this block right here, and we're going to go ahead and place in some glass right there, put a glass block down there and one up right there. Go ahead and put redstone dust on top of these locations and link it up to that redstone dust. Inside the tree farm, where these sticky pistons are, right over here where the tree is going to exit, the last two sticky pistons on the very top don't need to be there. These can be regular pistons because it's always going to be leaves there anyway. It actually pulled my sea lantern out when I went to go test it right now. So go ahead and when you put oak mode in and it comes down, that way that won't get pulled over. And then over here on this side where these sticky pistons are, we need to go ahead and come up right here where the player comes through. Go ahead and place in a dirt block there and one all the way up to the top, just like this. And then once your farm's looking like this, your farm should be fully complete and ready to use. Let's go ahead and head on out of it and hop back in. Let's go ahead and head on over here, right to the inside right here. Let's first go ahead and make sure that everything's working properly. Let's go ahead and turn on mud mode right here and check our piston. If we come up here, we can see that this piston has extended and that block is now in place, which is good. That's mud mode turned on. Let's go ahead and turn on clay mode. Let's go ahead and turn that one on. Now that piston is also extended just like this. That's perfect. And then if we go ahead and turn mud mode off, both of them should turn off because there's no way that you can make clay without mud. So if we turn that off, it turns both of them off, which is good. So that's all working properly. And then let's go ahead and turn both of these on because we're going to test them in our next cycle. So next we need to go ahead and activate oak mode. So we're going to come right up here, and as you can see, if you hop up here, you can see that that sea lantern up there is flush with the ceiling. So if we come back down here and hit this oak mode lever right here, you can see now that if we come up here, that it has now come down by 2 blocks. So once you have that oak mode turned on, go ahead and stand right here on this block, flick this lever, you're going to get pushed up to this level. Go ahead and jump up here into this area, and then go ahead and crouch and hold your tree of choice, which we're on oak mode, so we're going to use oak, and we're going to go ahead and place in ourselves a sapling. We're going to look right here at the moss. We don't want to look at the redstone right here, and you can look at the dropper, but it's kind of glitchy. It's best if you get in between the dropper and the redstone right onto the moss, and then go ahead and hold your place button, and a tree should form just like this. More stones should come up, and then you should be able to plant another tree, and when the tree's fully processed, it should go ahead and grow another one. Once you're done testing oak mode, let's go ahead and turn oak mode off. So go ahead and come right here, flick this lever just like that, and then you're going to go ahead and hit this button just like so, and it's going to drop you down. Then once you exit the farm, let's go ahead and turn oak mode off just like that, and then we can come back up here, go ahead and turn the farm back on, then hop back up here and do every other tree except for oak mode. So now that's oak mode is off. Let's go ahead and do a spruce tree. Everything should grow up just right here, just fine, just like that. There we go. The dirt's going to come out too. Let's go ahead and do ourselves a birch tree just like this. That's looking pretty good. Awesome. Let's do ourselves a jungle tree. Jungle tree will go ahead and grow just like this. Sweet deal. And then of course, last but not least, the azalea tree, which does rooted dirt, which is pretty awesome. And don't forget, if you guys are doing azalea trees, that you guys can put a shulker box of azalea saplings right here just like this, and that'll make sure out of this dropper you get an azalea sapling every single time. And then when you're done, you can go ahead and hit this button right here. It'll break your shulker box, so you can go ahead and pick up your shulker box on your way out. Once you know your tree farm is working, then go ahead and run it for a little bit, and then check it when you're done, unless you have 2 accounts like I do, and then go ahead and have a second account right here in the farm, AFK just like this, planting in trees, and then watch your farm as it's going to make sure that everything's happening properly. All of your wood should be coming right here into the blast chamber. The blast chamber should be firing out snowballs to upset the wither, so he blasts out your wood. And then of course we have clay mode and mud mode on, and so your mud should be getting pulled out of the farm every time just like this and pushed up here, and then you should have clay coming up here, or mud coming up here, turning into clay slowly but surely. And of course, if you come in here, you turn off clay mode, you should see that you only get mud coming in, and you should see that this piston no longer activates, and the mud's going to start to come in through here, which you're going to see when it pushes there it is. Now it's starting to get pushed into here, and it's not getting pushed up here. And in a moment, you're going to see it start to get blasted in the blast chamber, just like it's about to get blasted right now. So as you can see right now, the mud is now going in and it is getting blasted. Now if we come back down in here and we turn off mud mode, we should see that we get no mud at all and we start to get dirt. So let's go ahead and check this out. Here's our next dirt block. It is not getting converted into mud, and it's going to get pushed over. Let's see here again. Let's go ahead and see. That's going to go ahead and fire right about now. So now we're no longer getting mud and we're just getting dirt or rooted dirt, whichever one we choose. If you're not going to be using clay mode, then I do recommend coming over here before you run the farm. And as you can see, a lot of wood is going to start to pile up. Go ahead and break these blocks, let them go into the collection system, and then that way no wood will land on them. Then once you've tested all the modes of your farm and you know you're getting oak and spruce, birch, jungle, dirt, rooted dirt, mud and clay out of this farm, then you know everything is working properly. You are completely finished. All you need to do now is, if you want, go ahead and build yourself a really cool storage system under here. And if you guys want some shulker box loaders that are pretty cool, I have some tutorials on those, and I'll leave those links down in the description because I don't have any room up in the top right hand of the screen anymore. I've ran out of cards. And when you're building a farm of this size, you're definitely going to want to use shulker box loaders, so I definitely recommend doing those. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. This thing was a lot of fun to build, and it's it's quite large. This thing is incredible, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys did, be sure to smack the like button for me and subscribe if you guys are new. I'm Broken Bones, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next tutorial. Take it easy, everybody.